Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Martin, and in today's video we'll be discussing the 12 things I stopped buying to make me more money. If you watch my video on 11 habits keeping you poor, you'll know that I don't waste time saving the pennies, but these are some things I do save on. So let's jump right into it. First off, we have expensive upgrades. Now my phone is 4 years old and it's been working perfectly up until recently, and it's become a lot slower. So I'm thinking of getting an upgrade, but I definitely won't be getting the latest model. I know so many people that have to have the newest phone, Kindle, TV or laptop just because it has some new feature, or want to keep up with appearances. And literally 2 weeks later I can ask them how is that new feature, and they don't know because they haven't used that new feature. And they're also not even any happier. 2. Investments I don't understand. I've stopped investing in things I don't understand. If I start investing in things I don't understand, I don't fully know all the risks. And this is when I'll start making poor investment choices and potentially miss out the opportunity. Also, how do I know it's not a scam if I don't fully understand the investment? I know a couple of people that have actually got scammed through crypto. I personally have put money into stuff I didn't understand and I have lost, but luckily I never got scammed. But I will make a future video on these. 3. Monthly subscriptions. I've cut down on my monthly subscriptions to the ones I use or give me good value. But I know a lot of people that keep paying subscriptions they don't ever use. I also know people that have got every single music or program streaming subscription. This just seems crazy to me that they're wasting so much money on a subscription that's just slightly different. 4. Books. I read and listen to a huge amount of books, and books are such a great investment. I have gained so much knowledge from reading and listening, but I have stopped buying physical books. I was getting piles of books everywhere, and I was even buying books that I was potentially never going to read. So I switched to Kindle and Audible. Not only has this saved me on dusters, but also mental space. And I now only buy books that I'm about to read or listen to. It's also increased my reading and listening time as it's more convenient. So I have gained far more knowledge that will pay me in time to come. 5. Unnecessary gifts. I'm a huge fan of this one. I've always hated the stress of getting people gifts. So now I only get people gifts if I know what they actually want or they don't get anything at all. I've always found it crazy to buy someone something that they probably don't want and for them to do it back to me. Me and my friend came up with the idea a couple of years ago to buy stocks and shares for our presents to each other, which is absolutely great because you never know what you're going to get. We do tend to pick slightly riskier stocks for each other, but it's just a bit of fun at the end of the day, and hopefully in the future it will help our wealth. For my nephew, I've set up a tax-efficient stocks and shares account that I'm going to put all of his presents into. So hopefully when he's older, there will be enough in there for him to buy a car or put a deposit on a house. 6. A brand new car. I've never bought a brand new car, and I don't think I ever will, as on average it loses 10% just driving off the forecourt. Any future cars I buy will either be a classic car and will hopefully hold their money, or a 3-year-old car like it says in the book The Millionaire Next Door, to make the most out of the money I've put into it. Currently my 2007 car is working great, and I don't think I'm going to need a new car anytime soon. 7. Fast fashion. I can't remember the last time I bought an item of clothing. I basically look the same all the time. Personally, I think my fashion is timeless. Not having to think about what I wear every day really helps me focus on the more important things. And not having a lot of clothes really frees up a lot of mental space. And I believe this is why you see a lot of wealthy people in the same or similar clothing all the time. 8. Stuff on sale. I used to see the stuff on sale and I was drawn to it because I'm quite stingy and I like a good deal. But that was until I started to realise that I never needed anything from the sales rack, and it was all stuff that people didn't want. 9. Foods and coffee. I've stopped eating a lot of processed foods. This has increased my health and my mental clarity, and basic healthy foods tend to be far cheaper. I absolutely love coffee, but I stopped buying it out because I can actually make a better cup of coffee at home. But this has saved me so much money. Instead of spending £3 on a coffee every single day, I now spend somewhere around 30p a day. That's basically a £1,000 saving for me a year. I stopped buying loads of takeaways to improve my health, but this also improved my mental clarity, both helping me make more money. If I do get a takeaway on the rare occasion, I definitely do not use delivery companies. I go out and get it because these delivery companies, they make a huge chunk of money off of you. 10. Unnecessary health items. Basically, I'm on about supplements that haven't been recommended by a doctor or a nutritionist, but this could be extended to other health items. I used to buy a lot of health supplements thinking they were good for me, but since I've seen a nutritionist, she's made me realise that most of them were unnecessary and not helping at all. Together, we're currently working on a health condition of mine, but as soon as I'm over that, all I'll be on is a vegan multi, recommended by her. 11. Addictive substances. Alcohol, smoking and drugs, I guess these are things that I haven't stopped buying because I never have or very rarely brought alcohol. but I've always been very wary of addictive substances because I've seen how easy it is to get hooked and waste thousands of pounds on it. And also, you've got to take in the future medical costs of all these things. 12. Bottled water. A bit of a boring one, but I've saved so much money since I brought a Berkey water filter. Yes, there was a big upfront cost, but this has been far surpassed by the cost of bottled water, let alone the positive impact I've had on the planet by not using single-waste plastic bottles. How much could you save? I think these points have probably saved me in the region of about £5,000 a year. So let's take that £5,000 and put it into the S&P 500 at an average of 7% a year for 40 years. At the end of those 40 years, that £5,000 would be worth nearly around £70,000. Now let's say you could save that £5,000 every single year and put it into the S&P 500 every single year. That £5,000 every single year is now worth just over £1 million. And that is the 12 things I stopped buying to make me more money. I hope you've taken at least one thing from this video and are going to implement it. If you have found this video useful, I'd very much appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel, and I'll leave you some other videos you may enjoy here or somewhere. Thank you for watching, take care.